Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I believe today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. April 2nd. Yes, Wednesday, April 2nd. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining in today. I would like to say you tuned to the Madam President Morning Show. I hope that you all can see me on Instagram because I do this on StreamYard, so I don't have the interface where I can always see Instagram, but I am live on Instagram as well. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should be following me on Instagram. I am one Madam President with the Z, 100% politically incorrect. I saw a couple videos that really sparked my attention recently, so you already know I had to bring it to my people. Before I go a step further, I want to play my theme song. All right, we have to get that going. I should have started that a little bit earlier. The first thing I would like to say is, well, before I go any further, let me say a really quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for waking us up on this Wednesday. We really appreciate you for considering us to be a part of this world. Thank you so much for allowing us to see this Wednesday. Every need that we have, dear God, I just ask that you take a personal interest into the needs of the people. We love you. We appreciate you. We need your divine protection. We need your divine peace. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. You already know we can't go any further without, of course, asking the Creator for his grace, thanking him for his grace, etc. So I would like to talk about what I recently saw with Kanye West. Don't forget to let me know where you're from. What's up, Deborah? Good to see you on this Wednesday. I don't think I saw you yesterday. So thank you so much for typing in and just saying good morning. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. I would like to say that I recently saw this thing with Kanye West. Now, Kanye West, in pure Kanye West fashion, is always doing Kanye West stuff. That means that Kanye West is consistently doing what a person would say, don't do that, man. In fact, Kanye West just really, I told you, I'm not in animation, but I'm a creative person. So I wrote this skit one time when Kanye West went on a rant. I literally took a skit where I just basically started writing out the depression that Kanye West phone feels every time he grabs it. Like the phone just starts going in like complete distress, like not this again, he's about to wear me out. But anyways, recently Kanye West had an entire conversation with the streamer Academics, and I will not get into all of the conversation, but I will get into some of the conversation that really sparked my interest when Kanye West was discussing his moment with Jim Jones. I want you to listen to this carefully, because what Kanye West is saying in this moment, he says that Jim Jones, basically, he was working with Jim Jones in some form of capacity for a meeting. Now, supposedly, Jim Jones had someone interested in talking and speaking with Kanye West in some form of cryptocurrency conversation or deal. Now, in the deal of the cryptocurrency, it was clear that Jim Jones was going to receive some form of compensation. Kanye West said the meeting was $2 million. Jim Jones was going to receive a percentage of that. Now, I believe that according to what Kanye West was saying, the purpose of meeting with Jim Jones, or they were going to do some kind of apparel connection. I believe in the world of hip hop, people may like the way Jim Jones dressed. I don't know. But here's what I will say. Kanye West said that he had summoned Jim Jones to get all of the designers, all of the street designers in New York, bring the street designers artwork, the samples, whatever they have, send it to me. Kanye West, obviously, Kanye West, when he's not shocking the world with his outrageous behavior. He's also creating gym shoes. He's creating T-shirts. He's an artist. He's an artist in the aspect of he is a person who has a creative brain. When it comes to music, sound, he has artistry there. When it comes to clothes, you know, he has an interest. First of all, I'm from Chicago. As a person who is from Chicago, born and raised, I'm gonna tell you just like this: we ain't no salad, but we can dress. Okay, Chicagoans have this flair of style as well as this flair of interest in style. Now, I got to know where it came from, but we have a lot of culture in Chicago that's designated to looking good, fly shit, you know. Detroit as well. I came from like Detroit, not the same as Chicago, but you go to Detroit and it's the wintertime, baby. You gonna see some mink coats, mink hats. There is no modesty. Do you hear me? People are not walking around in major cities and just being modest. Show that ass out. That's what's gonna happen. I hate to break it down to you like this because I know y'all be wanting me to have my white supremacy conversation, but I'm just going to be very Chicagoan and say, "What up, Joe?" And also say, "Damn, that's fresh. That's hot." Because that's what it is. All right. What I would like for you to see is Kanye West is going to tell you really quickly what he told academics about Jim Jones. But here's where it gets juicy, all right? I'm going to tell you where it gets juicy. And this is one of the reasons I want you to see this video is because I want to show you how people do. No matter, see, sometimes y'all be falling out about $200. Sometimes you fall out about $2,500. I want to tell you that character don't stop at $2 million. This is always going to be my point. I'm trying to grind that thing so you can be a real millionaire, not just in currency, but in character. That's why I find these stories and I want you to see it. All right, you know my motto, don't take my word for it. I'm going to share it with you right here, right now. Don't forget, I'm Madam President with a Z. This is the Fly Nubian Money Network. This is where you go when you want to get your money up and your mind up. Take a look at this. If you can see it.
Jim Jones wants me to meet with Mr. Pink to make $2 million off a crypto coin. Next Tarantino film, right? So then I found out before the second meeting that he was going to make this money. So.
Did he tell you?
No, he said that he's going to get a percentage. He didn't tell me what it was, and he ain't say he's going to give me a piece of it either. When I found out that he was getting the money, I was like, how much money is it? Yeah, I'm going to take that meeting for you to get the money, but I got to sit there. What you go? Like, I wasn't like, oh, nigga, you didn't tell me I'm not going to. I still took the meeting, and the nigga still got the money, right?
So he got paid $2 million.
Yes.
For you taking the meeting.
For me taking the meeting. My issue with Jim was we working on clothes. And I said, look, send me a PDF. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like a group of pictures in a folder that you send to the iPhone. You could do like 300 pictures, 10 pictures on it, 10 pages. I said, send me a PDF of all the ideas, all the young niggas you know in New York. Let me see all of this shit right now. Let the king see everything that's happening, right? This man tells me, I don't know how to make a PDF. That was way more disrespectful to me than a nigga figuring out how to get the $2 million. Do you understand why? Because this shit to my face, nigga. You gonna lie to me about a fucking PDF, you fat ass nigga? After I sat and took the meeting for you, you took the money and I ain't even asked your broke ass for a percentage?
Maybe he didn't know how to do it.
Do you think one of his young niggas knew how to do it?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that he could have figured it out after that nigga made $2 million?
Definitely.
Next subject.
All right, so let's just get to the meat and potatoes. Number one, what the hell is Kanye West wearing? Kanye West is making these astronomical appearances You know, every time it gets more and more extreme. One minute he's covering his head doing interviews. You know, the next minute he's in a black KKK uniform. I am not surprised. I'm not shocked. But I want to deal with what he said about Jim Jones. If you want to hear what I'm about to say about Jim Jones, please put Jim Jones in the chat. Put Jim Jones in the chat because I want you to hear what I have to say about Jim Jones. Just put Jim Jones in the chat. Just Jim Jones the hell out of me right now. Jim Jones the hell out of me. Okay? Jim Jones the hell out of me. Jim Jones the hell out of me. Okay, good. Jim Jones me, please. This is the example of niggatry. Jim Jones, this is the example of nigga shit. The man said, I am your source for a meeting. You want me to take a meeting for you so that you can have money. I'm going to take the meeting for you. I'm going to do it. In return, give me exactly what I'm asking for. Give me what I'm asking for. Jim Jones told the man, I don't know how to do a PDF. Huh? What? I get it. If I asked my grandfather, who was born in 1940, he would not know how to do a PDF because he would say, what the hell are you talking about? The paper, da-da-da-da. My grandfather do not know how to do a PDF. But a grown-up like Jim Jones, who's having a meeting that is a $2 million deal. You hear me? This is that poor mentality. This is what poor people do. Poor people always fuck up a good thing because poor people do not know the value of things. $2 million. And here's what I also know. I don't know Jim Jones personally, but I've seen him on different I've seen him on different podcasts. I've seen him on the TV show. And we may not be dealing with an extremely intellectual man, and that's fine. But I want to deal with the facts that this is a person who sits around and do music, the deal side of music. So you got enough sense to bring two people together so that you can get a percentage of the deal, but you don't know how to keep the cow. You know how to milk it one time, but you don't know how to keep it. This is what bothers me, what we don't understand about poverty. This is how a lot of folks stay in poverty. A lot of people stay in poverty because you refuse to enlighten yourself. You refuse to educate yourself. You have on your phone so many resources. You want to figure out how to do something, you can Google it. You can ask Siri, you can ask Alexa, you can ask a child, hey, turn this piece of thing to a PDF. In fact, speaking about my grandfather is an old man. When he gets something and he don't know how to do it, he call his grandchildren, hey, look, I need to figure out how to do this. Do it for me. And this is what bothers me about what's happening culturally with the people is that y'all think that you don't deserve the $2 million deal. I know for a fact, everybody that's listening to this live, if they were in a position like Jim Jones to have a deal to get a percentage off a $2 million conversation, you would have never, ever told somebody that you can do something as minor as make a PDF. You would have never let that be the reason that you don't never talk to a person again on a professional level that just got you $2 million. Dumb. Come on now. Like, the thing is, we can't keep making excuses for this. But this is what I want you to know about relationships. You got people that will get you in a room with your $2 million deal that you're going to mess up with. But you got somebody that is going to dog you out and take $2 million from you. You're going to find out every way possible to stay in their good graces. You're going to find out every way possible to keep showing up for them. And they ain't going to never bring you no goods behind it. Now, here's the thing. Some people may feel like, he doesn't have to know how to do X, Y, and Z. But this is the thing. Some of you all are professionals. Everybody on here, you ain't no rapper. You're a professional. You go to work. Even if you don't even have a job where you got to dress up and all of that, you're a professional. You consistently deal with people on a daily basis. You consistently deal with conflict resolution. You consistently deal with communication with other people, other cultures. You are a professional. Even if you're a garbage man, you are a professional. Even if you're a custodian, you are a professional. You have a job. You do your job every single day. And there's a lot of thinking. I have an assistant. My assistant asks me some things. I say, hey, go figure it out. Go ask somebody. Go figure it out. I say that sometimes because you do what is required and necessary to know, to be informed. Some things I'm not okay with not knowing, even because it's for my own benefit. All right, another thing is somebody put in the chat, let's not ruin relationships. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Kanye West is pissed everybody off, and he is pissed off at everybody too. This may be the side of the story that he's sharing that gets the gist of why he decided that, he doesn't want to deal with Jim Jones. He says that the man didn't want to send him a PDF after he does a meeting that gets him, for $2 million, gets him what he wants out of the meeting. He asks for something in return. And somebody said in the chat very clearly that makes a lot of sense. For $2 million, I would have figured it out. That's exactly what Kanye West is saying. For $2 million, but let me just tell you something. You can't get far with broke-minded people. You a man, you dating a woman, all she want to do is take your money, don't ever want to do anything to put anything back into that pot. I ain't saying she got to give you money, but hey, she'll never want to lessen the load, lighten the load for you. That's somebody who's not going to, she's taking more than you're getting in return. Same for you. You're a woman. You date somebody that's constantly taking from you, that does not replenish. This is what happens when you're dealing with impoverished people. Don't know the value of things. Don't know the value of having access to a person that can bring you $2 million on a Saturday night. That's impoverished mindset. So that's my point. All right. Another good thing that's happening, I want to let you know that this is the Madam President Morning Show. I do this every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you all being with me because you can be anywhere in the world. I saw another thing that happened recently. I don't know if you remember the show A Different World. If you remember A Different World, please put it in the chat. Just put A Different World in the chat if you remember A Different World. A Different World. I think most of you all remember A Different World. I mean, come on now. It was one of the most popular shows on TV in the 90s. If you remember A Different World, can you put it in the chat? Put A Different World in the chat. I'm just background noise today. Thank you so much. I got one person that hear me on Instagram. All right. So what I will say, as well as some folks over here, thank you, Alexis. Thank you, HT Media. Thank you, Mashari. I really appreciate it. All right. I would like to say that A Different World. Now, you guys may not like my take on this, but I'm not a president and I am 100% politically incorrect. So I'm going to share you a little bit of my perspective on A Different World. All right, if you can see it, let me know. Say A Different World in the chat. Netflix has ordered a pilot for a sequel to A Different World following the daughter of Whitley Gilbert and Dwayne Wayne as she navigates life at an HBCU. The show, led by showrunner Felicia Pry and executive producer Debbie Allen, marks only the second time Netflix has greenlit a traditional pilot. Filming is set for June in Atlanta, though casting details remain undisclosed. All right, so I'm gonna tell you as a person, I'm glad I tried hard to say your name right. I'm gonna tell you as a person who enjoys TV and film, as a person who enjoys Black cinema, I want to say that sequels are very hard. And the reason that sequels are hard is because, think about this. When we watched A Different World, what lens were we watching it with? And are we the same people that took an interest? I believe that what we saw during that time, it's not the same desire to see it now. And I'm going to tell you something what is happening. I told you this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Hollywood is very lazy as it relates to new content. Hollywood is looking for a ready-made, already has a following kind of system. So if you're not a big wig who already has a following that could probably make a movie for a little bit of money to get a big return, then Hollywood really ain't checking for your content. But here's one of the challenges that I basically see in this particular content, and that is A Different World. I don't think we're the same demographic as we were during that time. Now, to be honest, A Different World, we liked it, but it was for our parents and aunties. So we were a little younger watching it, but we didn't fully understand the characters until we got a little older. But Whitley and Dwayne, our parents was probably looking at A Different World, having a much better experience than we were because we were younger. But now that we are here, as a person who went to a HBCU, as a person who knows a lot of logline stories regarding HBCUs, All American just did an HBCU version or a college version. I just don't know if this is going to stick. I want to be the first to say that I was not in favor of Coming to America having a remake. Leave it alone. I like classics to stay classics. The other side is creatively, it gets it's a little lazy to take characters that one person developed and then you develop characters off of them. It kind of feels like, no, you have to create your own characters. And I guess this isn't the segment for this because this is my creative side jumping in. This is the writer side. This is the side that, they will teach you that you create your own characters in film. So with that being said, I'm going to check it out because I do love Black people on screen. And in fact, I don't care if you get a Black people on TV every single day, it's still not enough. We still have a deficit in Black cinema. That's that. Speaking of Blackness, I want to share this story with a woman. She went to the doctor recently and they completely butchered not just the spelling of her name.
How could that be a mistake?
Take a look at this.
Sample.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Can you understand as a Black woman why I would have a problem with that?
Yeah, I can double check who.
How could that be a mistake? Because this King, that's my last name, right? Comma would be my first name, correct?
Yeah.
How do you misspell Kiera as Kong? That's insane.
Yeah, I can double check who did that. I'm honestly not sure who printed that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Previously, we've never had like any sort of issue like that. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire right now. Like that's unacceptable. And even if it is a typo, which like if they want to pull that and say that that's what it was, how? Seriously?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how that happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So are you able to like go in and see like who did it, what? Because that was that in my chart. How does that happen?
Let me double check. No, like that's not anywhere in the chart. I do see your name is listed here as King, which let me see.
Right. Like that's like reportable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Let me just try to get more information. Okay? I do apologize. Again, it wasn't me who like printed that label.
I understand.
I'm not sure how it happened.
I understand. I cannot walk out of this office without raising that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Up as a concern, because what do you mean? That's a Black woman comes into, right,
Mm-hmm.
doctor's office, receive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so I want to talk to you really quickly about the dangers of having a person mistake your name for the name of a fictitious gorilla. The dangers of it is that now I'm inhumane, and what is associated to the rates of Black women dying when they're giving birth, or Black women going into hospitals and not receiving the medical attention that is required, is when you have the tendency to think that I'm inhumane, then you have the tendency to underserve me every single time. Now, most people say that most people say that the healthcare industry to Black women is what the judicial system is to Black men. But in reality, I just really would like for you all to understand that there is never a time in history a white woman can be mistaken for King Kong. Never in time historically, a white woman cannot be mistaken for King Kong. So the thing is, we get to be humiliated, disrespected, and animalistic. This is why I don't like the barbaric behavior of, us fighting on camera, us fighting for TV, us fighting for Zeus Network, us fighting for the housewives, throwing glasses at each other, because we continue to perpetuate the idea that we can't behave, that we're animals, and that's not true. That's not true. Not now or ever has it been true. So my thing is, she basically handled the situation very professionally by saying, hey, look, you all did this wrong. It's not right. It's not my name. I came here for service. And, all of a sudden you guys are not just misspelling my name, associating with my name with the gorilla. Huh? And the young lady, only thing she has to do is apologize. Now, if I slap the shit out you like the gorilla you think I am, I will be the one. I'm the bad guy. That's why I don't like playing these games with folks. Because what I realize too, as a person who does social media content, something that I realize very frequently is that people will at you, right? Have aggression towards you under the contingency that you are not going to reply in that same aggression. It's kind of like somebody, this is one I told you all, who know me and follow me, I will tell you this, I don't like fighting. I don't like physical altercations, because I don't like being hit. I don't want nobody hitting me, so I don't go around slapping folks. I don't go around hitting people because I don't want to be hit back. It's real easy to be slapping people, letting, licks land on folks, but when that thing got to come and start hitting you in your cheeks, now you sore. You don't know. I'm not that. So know what you are. But my thing is, you call me King Kong in the office, but when I start acting like King Kong, y'all gonna think I'm the crazy one. This is one of the reasons that a lot of old school people. Did you ever see the series with Chris Rock? I'm not a big Chris Rock fan, but Chris Rock had a series and he started talking about when his mother was growing up and, she was a middle-aged woman taking care of them. It was segregation. So the mother would have to, we didn't have any Black dentists in her neighborhood. So she would have to go to a vet's office. She went to the veterinarian office to have her teeth pulled. Do you hear me? She went to the veterinarians, or she went to the place where they take care of animals to have her teeth pulled. Like, no play. This is why I am who I am in the essence that I am, because I don't want to play games. I am not here to be the whole of America. I'm not here to be all these ridiculous things. No, you are not going to have me going to the vet when it's time for dental care. You're not going to have me labeled as King Kong unless you want me to go gorilla on your ass. That's how it works. Period. Let these folks keep playing with you. I won't. I'm just going to let you know that. Let them keep playing with you. I don't recommend it. This is why I don't fraternize. This is one of the reasons. I want to share this really quickly before I go off. I'm leaving for the day, and I just want to say this really quickly. When we were younger, remember there were like old school people who didn't play with us. Remember when we were younger, it was like folks, we were like, oh, hell no, she mean. I don't want to go to her house. I don't like him. You remember you were younger and that would be a teacher. You'd be like, hell no, Mrs. So-and-so, she mean. That's because they didn't play with people. They didn't sit around laughing with people. They kept that straight face. And the reason they kept that straight face and the reason they didn't go playing with folks all the time, just in case you got out of line and you can't handle me playing with you, you can't handle me being nice to you. Because if you put King Kong on my paperwork, I am going to go gorilla on your ass. You have got to understand that. But then you're going to call the police and you're going to say that it's me who has the problem. When it was you all along. It was you all along. All right, guys, I'm Madam President with a Z. I'm 100% politically incorrect. I do this weekly. I appreciate you. Greetings, Team Bernard. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate you, Curry, so much. I appreciate you. In fact, you guys, you all should have my book. Sign up for Madam President. Sign up at madampresident.com. That is where you will find a lot of my content when I'm going live, when I'm not. Also, too, you should follow me on all social media platforms. I am one Madam President everywhere. Remember, I want you to beat this system. I don't want you to let this system beat you. This is why I do what I do. I say what I say. And another reason that I say what I say and I talk how I talk is because let me tell you something that I've learned. People will make you be silent and still not bring you in on the deal. People will tell you to do this, go right, go left, and still stab you in the back. You have got to have essence in the higher power, a belief system beyond yourself. You cannot put all of your faith into man. Man has been the greatest disappointment to even God. So yes, people are going to disappoint you. Yes, it's human nature. So all that to say that I appreciate you being with me today. Matters of the Heart is my book. I do a course on surviving, navigating corporate work stress every Saturday, 10 a.m. Feel free to sign up, and I will see you all tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good day.